All right, what's up, you guys? I'm sorry about that chainsawing noise. If you can hear that in the background, I think somebody's chopping some oil, not some oil, some tile, most likely, or they're cutting grass. I don't know why, because it just rained. Anyways, that's besides the point. In this episode, I wanted to talk to you guys about some ways to journal in the morning. Just kind of start your day out right with the right mentality of, hey, you know what? This is what I need to get done today. And yeah. And today I'm using a different lens. I'm trying it out, seeing if it works, because this one's got autofocus so I can move around. I don't have to stay stagnant in one spot. Otherwise, I don't know. Let's just roll that intro real quick. Sweet. So, what's up, you guys? It's Caleb, as always, as usual. I'm in a really good mood today. I was feeling a little off the past 2 days, and journaling kind of helped me realize, like, hey, this is the reason why I'm feeling off. I was like, all right, I'm just going to write what I feel, what I'm thinking. I'm just going to let my fingers do what they have to do. That's exactly what I did. And it's taken me some time to get to that point, because at the very beginning, I wasn't like, hey, yeah, I'm going to just, at the very beginning of me journaling, I'd write down questions. I'd write down like, hey, how can I become a millionaire? What can I do at this time? In what ways can I benefit? In what ways can I act better? How can I grow? What do I not like? What can I improve upon? And I just start to ask myself these questions, and then I journal about them for like 10 or 15 minutes. This was what I was doing in the beginning, and I usually do this the night before, actually. So I always wanted to journal first thing in the morning. That was just when I enjoyed to journal. So I was like, you know what, I'll do it first thing in the morning. That's what I did. And through that process of me doing it first thing in the morning, kind of set my day out right. And after I would ask those questions, I'd always end up with saying like the three things that I was grateful for. It could be I was grateful for my mom. I was grateful for the car I was driving. I was grateful for the weather. I was grateful for waking up on time. I was grateful for going to the gym first thing in the morning. It could be anything super small or super large. Like it'd be like, I was grateful for drinking my cup of coffee. I was grateful for breakfast. I was grateful for journaling today. And like you start to be more grateful for certain activities and certain aspects of yourself, you start to actually create more joy in your life. You start to create more fulfillment in your life. You start to attract people that are more like-minded like yourself, which in turn allows for you to actually grow as an individual, compared to not doing anything in regards to journaling or writing or putting your thoughts down on paper, because when they're in your head, they're not real. They're just figments of your imagination. When you write them down, you make them real, you think about them, and you put them into words on paper. If you don't have anyone to talk to, or if you do have people to talk to, it's just a good way to get your message out there that's stuck in your head, or your ideas on piece of paper, so that they aren't cluttering your mind as much as they could be if you didn't write them down. One of the benefits that I've found from journaling personally is I've learned over time that I can more or less relay my thoughts, and I just get all that garbage and that gunk out of my head and I put it on paper. And sometimes it's a really good idea. Sometimes it's not such a good idea. Sometimes it's really just a sentence first thing in the morning. It's just that's better than me not journaling. Because the past 2 days, I didn't journal. I was off. I was down. I saw Avengers, and it just didn't hit home with me as much as the first one did. It just felt like they were trying too hard. It felt like they were trying to put too much into one movie to make it good. And for some reason, it didn't land the way that I wanted to. I got lost. I got confused halfway through. I was like, wait, what? How did this, what? All of a sudden, it just stopped. And it didn't feel the way that I wanted it to feel. And I think that bummed me out a little bit. And I didn't journal those 2 days. And it just got worse. I was just sitting on the couch. I wasn't doing much of anything. I wasn't being productive. I wasn't getting done what I knew I needed to get done. And then Saturday night rolled around, or Sunday night rolled around. I was like, you know what? Let me do this training. Let me do this challenge. Let me journal about these past 2 days. And as soon as I did that, I started to become more aware of my situation. I started to become more aware of how I was feeling. I started to realize that what I was feeling was not something that I should be pushing away. It was just kind of a feeling in that present moment. And me being able to journal and put those thoughts down on paper, it was like, oh, okay. Now I can go back to thinking about more productive aspects, such as learning how to be a life coach, inspiring people to come on to my program, helping people reach their goals, their ambitions, and their drive in fitness, life, and or friendships, relationships, pretty much. And through that process, like if my mind wasn't clear enough, if I didn't set that clear intention of, hey, this is what I'm going to do when I journal, then I wouldn't have actually got that work done. Now, if say I decide to just go with the flow of just journaling, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna type. There's sometimes when I'm not thinking when I'm typing, and there will be a lot of spelling errors and there'll be lots of red lines and grammar and periods not in the right place, and that's perfectly okay because you're just getting the words on the paper. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think that's the issue that a lot of people have when they hear journaling. It's like, why journal? Like, why do that in the first place? And it's like, well, it's mainly because you're just getting your words on paper. You're just doing an activity that's allowing for the words to come out of your head, so you're able to quiet that monkey mind or that chatter mind, the mind that's just running in circles day in and day out, and it's just it's just running. Yeah, when you write them down, you put them on a paper, then your mind starts to slow down, and you can be more of a you can do stuff more like that. Because once the mind becomes quiet, you can get more work done. You can have more productive hours. You aren't stressing about, what do I have to do tomorrow or the next day or the day after that, or what do I have to do in 5 minutes. You're just in the present moment. And so something to take away from this is just, I prefer, when I'm journaling, I prefer to type just because I enjoy typing. It's easier for me to organize it. When I first started out with journaling, though, I was doing it in a compact book, and just I couldn't read my handwriting afterwards, and it was just like, okay, well, this isn't great. Some people say and swear by the pen on paper. They say that they enjoy that more. I think it's just whatever you prefer personally, because I prefer typing it because I'm able to keep a track of dates, and I'm able to just go back in, see what I wrote down, see what I was doing at that time, see how I was feeling, see what emotions I was having, see where I was at in my life, see who I was hanging out with, see what girl problems I was having, just see the issues that I had going on in my life at that time. If me writing them down, I just felt like my hand would start to cramp after a little while, and I was like writing 4 or 5 pages, because there were some days when I want to write 1,000 to 2,000 words, and that's just what I did. I was just like, I would just type away. I type away for 20, 30 minutes some days. And I'm not saying that you have to do that for when you journal. It's just you want to start somewhere. Start 5 minutes, start 10 minutes, start first thing in the morning. Just have a little compact book, or even start first thing at night. You don't want to make it a chore. Like, if you make it a chore, then you're not actually going to do it. If you say you keep it more in regards to you're looking forward to journaling, it's something that you want to do, it's something that you enjoy doing because you're learning in the process, you're learning how to share, you're learning how to communicate better with others and yourself because you're able to put your words down on paper. As soon as you get to that point, it's like, okay, well, now I want to journal every day. Now I want to make my ideas and my thoughts more authentic. I want to communicate them in a more authentic manner that allows for people to be like, oh, hey, what he just said was very persuasible. And if that's the case, then like you can start to persuade people from your journaling. One of the takeaways, though, that I would suggest is look at this in terms of, what do I want to accomplish for the day? Like you can journal by putting down your goals for the day. I did that for a little while. You can write down your overall goals. You can write down a few questions that you have in mind. You can write about your past. You can write about things you're grateful for. You can write about things that you enjoyed from your day. You can write about your problems. You can write about your successes. You can write about your achievements from the day. You can write about the activities that you had. You can write about the food that you ate. Like, there's no one way to journal. If you want to journal, you just go journal. It's as simple as that. There's no right or wrong way to journal. It's the same thing as meditation, and that's for another video. It's just journaling is something that can be very simple. It can be very to the point, and it doesn't have to be this long, strenuous process. It can be something that is easy, simple, and enjoyable. It doesn't have to be a chore. You just write down how you're feeling. You let your fingers flow. Let the pen flow across the paper. When you do this, you just got your ideas out. Don't think about the next word. Don't think about what's going to come next. Just let your subconscious mind write down what it's feeling, regardless of what it is. I did that, and once I started to do that, it's just kind of, my world started to shift. My world started to change because I started to realize, like, hey, I can just let the words flow. I can just let myself ramble and rant a little bit from time to time So I'm at least getting my ideas out there, and I'm figuring out ways that I can actually succeed in business and helping others with their achievements. I think that's all I got for you guys, actually. So this Friday is going to be a quick one, actually, only like maybe 10 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it. It's very simple. Some takeaways: just start journaling. Don't have any direct goals or purpose or drive. Just 5 to 10 minutes every single night or morning. I prefer mornings. I did night for a little while, and I've also done middle of the day sometimes. Just whenever you can fit it in. And it can be even notes on your iPhone. Like I did that for a little while too. Just any time that you can journal can help you tremendously, because it'll help you get those ideas out into the open and help you become less stressed and more in the present moment. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will be talking to you guys on Monday, I want to say it's May something. Monday, May something. Can't think the top off of my head. That wasn't a sentence. Anyways, though, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. The outro's always the weirdest. I want to say I love you guys later.